Hello friends, how are you today? Um, Today I'm enjoying a very beautiful, slightly overcast day, so I thought I really need to get in the ground some of the perennials that I hoarded around my home. It's really tough for me to keep plants in containers alive if they're not hooked up to drip irrigation, just because we live on top of a hill and the wind is just drying everything up so quickly and so fast. And the past couple of days were so windy, it was unbelievable. I had to water with a can twice a day just to keep things from dying. Uh, and there are so many beautiful plants I gathered around here, and I really want to get them in the ground. So let me show you some of the things I want to take care of today. I'm working on a shaded area. I don't think I showed you this area of my garden before, but I'll take you on a little tour and explain to you why I chose the plants I chose for this place. Firstly, let me show you which plants I chose to plant. I got two varieties of Ajuga. Um, I liked this one just because of its pinkish variegated purple foliage, and the other one, it has a little bit of purple hints at the tip of the leaves. This variety is called Burgundy Glow, and the other one is chocolate chips. Now, with Ajuga, in the back I have some phlox, but I don't think I want to plant those where I'm planning to garden today. I chose Ajuga because it's a nice ground cover perennial that, as you can see, blooms absolutely beautiful and stunning this time of the year. These colors are just so vivid and powerful, and Ajuga can handle very easily half a day of sun. On a side note, what do you guys think of this color combination? Is it too strong of a contrast? It's a rose I had in my home, and I just wanted to harden it off. It's just a miniature rose that I can just pop in the ground at some point. There's a bumblebee coming. Now, Ajuga is hardy for zones 3 to 10 and can handle very deep shade, but if you put it in a super shady area, all the colors of the foliage will dull off a little bit, so they won't be so striking and popping out. Where I want to put these, it's a tough spot just because during the winter it stays shadier, and during the summer gets slightly more sun. It's not quite full sun, but it's just a weird way of how it's positioned and so on. So let me take you there. So this is the area where I want to plant the beautiful Ajuga. Now it's at the entrance to our driveway, and our neighbors over there planted a full Leylandii hedge. For me personally, I don't like how Leylandii looks in a hedge. They are high maintenance. You have to prune them twice a year to maintain them after they get to a certain height. It's just not my look. I'd rather have a more diverse hedging system. I do have some Leylandii planted in a row similar to this, but I chose a gold tip variety, and yeah, I hopefully after a while can replace here and there a few of them with something else. So getting back to my point, it's a sloped terrain. Here I have a gold rider Leylandii. I just planted one because I wanted to grow tall, and I really like the growth habit of this evergreen. And then, as you see, I have there in the back some creeping phlox, a few hyacinths here on the right side, and daffodils. I planted here a nice bali bean lilac that's grafted on a standard, and in this area I'd like to add another evergreen, but I have not quite decided which is the path forward. Here I have some more creeping phlox. This one is a little bit behind compared to that one, just because it's a more shaded area during the winter. So it's a really tough place to plant because everything here gets a lot more shade during the winter months, and as summer creeps in, we get more and more sun. Even though very near to the fence, it's still shade. So because I have the creeping phlox, which is a purple shade, and the hyacinths, which I'll most probably not move this year from there, I was thinking the beautiful Ajuga with those purple shades would be perfect. Now, near this stone, I wanted to add another cotoneaster. So this is a cotoneaster with a habit that looks like a vase, and I wanted to move one of my backyard cotoneasters in this area. But since they planted the Leylandii, you can't actually see that, and I don't know, I decided to let the cotoneaster in my backyard grow another year, and maybe next year I can move it. Here I have some creeping thyme. Hopefully they'll fill in. The only thing I don't quite like is that the creeping thyme has a similar leaf shape to the cotoneaster. Over here I have a chrysanthemum, which, as you can see, is pushing the growth. So I'll prune this back, fertilize it. I tried to multiply my sedum, which looks like it took. I have there another point for the sedum, so that I also can fertilize just as it's its first year. Then I have here an absolutely stunning hukra. It's just such a beautiful color. I found this one in a mix container. It had some grass with it, some creeping jenny, and I bought the container just for this hukra. It's just a stunning color. Look at that, it's like an orange pink, absolutely stunning. Over there in the back I have a lace leaf elderberry and a few hellebores. These are white, although plenty weeds, a lot of weeds. Yeah. This one, I don't quite remember the variety, but looks to me like it gave up on life. I still have a little bit of green over there. I have to test out maybe its habit to orange and brown like this. I'm thinking I'll leave it for another 3 or 4 months. Maybe it comes back. It made some purple berries, but I can't quite recall exactly the name of the plant. Might be that this place is a little bit too soggy. It can be, because I just saw my little hellebore. It's totally rotted. So it can also be that it's a little bit soggy for this one as well. Even though I know about it, it likes an ericaceous soil, but I have a draining pipe that comes into this direction, and it might get too soggy during the winter for these. This other one looks okay. It does have a few damaged leaves. I'll clean them, and hopefully it's a sandy soil, but still it might be too wet for their taste. Unfortunately, this Ajuga hellebore gave up and just died. It just died. I was trying to see if I find any more roots, but it's completely rotten. So it might be that it's a bit too damp in this area during the winter time, just because of the drain pipe. So the idea is I want to take care of this corner today and hopefully beautify it, make it a little bit prettier, and hopefully I get some new ideas as I work on it. So let me give you a final look. I managed to mulch everything without starting my camera, so this area I did not mulch just because I think I'm gonna bring another one or two ajugas over there in the back. But everything looks so much better. I don't stress too much about covering my pipes, just because I really need to do a irrigation revamping. So I'm taking now the old sedum back, because I don't need it anymore, as I have new seedlings coming, and I think everything looks really pretty. Let me show you from farther away with my purple phlox over there in the back. It's great. I'm so happy. And somehow the dark laced elderberry plays really nicely with this ajuga that also has a purple hint to its leaves. So I think it looks really nice. And with my stone here, that's a totally different color, I think everything stands quite nicely on their own. And just because I want to show you the creeping phlox, don't mind this section, I really need to overdo it. And also there I have an ilex that's struggling. This absolutely beautiful barberry is looking nice, and this color on this barberry, oh my goodness, these creeping phlox absolutely knocked my socks off. They are stunning. I planted them last summer and I did not expect them to look this beautiful. They are just budding up and they already look so pretty. Let me show you the ones that already bloomed. So we had quite a bit of rain. This is the reason for the very luscious weeds I'm having, but also the rain absolutely popped everything else in the garden. I have there a pink fuchsia obrietta, and the tulips, yesterday they were not bloomed yet. Those are dark tulips, look at that, with phlox. Oh, they are so beautiful. I love it. What I have to do, I have to get after these hyacinths. They are out, and what I have to do is just cut back the blooms, the span blooms, and give a chance to the foliage to bulk up the energy into the bulbs. Over there in the back I have some alliums that grow from bulbs. It's a variety of species. I have no idea the names of each. I just bought them like in Lidl. But this barberry, it's starting to bloom. Look at those yellow petals, yellow flowers. They're so petite on such a dark foliage. They are stunning. I can't tell you enough about these blooms. They are beautiful. I absolutely love them. And here I absolutely need a big tall over evergreen. Please let me know in your comments which would be best for this area. So I went inside, cooked lunch for my family, and while I was chopping potatoes over there, I remembered I had this gorgeous rhododendron that would actually work perfectly for this corner. So it's the same day. A little bit later, I think it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm thinking I'll pop this there, just as they are already in bloom and they have a very similar shade to my Ajuga, and given it's a shaded area, I think they can work perfectly. This rhododendron is named Gristed after a very large rhododendron park in Germany. something like 25 acres of rhododendrons and gardens and so on. It's coming from the Netherlands, though. Yeah, it's coming from the Netherlands, from a company that's branded "My Home is My Castle," which I found very cute and interesting. So let me show you close up with this rhododendron. This is a rhododendron. It was a little bit under 10 euros. It's a small specimen, but those blooms are just gorgeous. They have a purple towards bluish hint, and they're coming from this company, "My Home is My Castle." So I figured I'm going to plant one of these there in the spot where I did not mulch. Thankfully, I did not mulch it over there. So what if I were to put this one here? Hopefully it's gonna grow nicely. And the other one, I had two behind the hellebore. I'm gonna have to amend a little bit the soil, so add some ericaceous compost, and then put those in the ground. But I think they could work perfectly over there. Now, how are things looking in the sunset glow? I think after the rhododendron puts some growth and we'll have slightly bigger height than the rest of the plants, it's going to be an absolute stunner. So I put them in, mulched around. I don't have the energy right now to water everything in, just as the soil is a little bit moist, and hopefully during the night we'll get some rain. In case we don't, then first thing tomorrow, I'm gonna water everything. So on this note, I'm saying my goodbyes today. I really hope I'll see you in my next video. Please let me know which evergreen I should plant here in the front side of my house. I really need some cool ideas. And I really wish to see you in my next video. Then I wish you a happy day. Bye bye.